Ah, Switzerland and Costa Rica and Brazil. Serbia, Brazil. Well, as you know, the final match day for group games air at the same time, so I didn't get to watch both matches. I switched a little bit back and forth here and there. All I know is that Costa Rica left with a little bit of consolation. They left with a point from a 2-2 draw. So Saudi Arabia left with consolation. Peru left with consolation. Even Morocco, South Korea, definitely. Poland. Take notes, Egypt. Why would I say that? Well, anyway. So the Costa Rica-Switzerland match, I thought Costa Rica were going to get at least a draw from this. I just did not see them finishing with 0 points. It's kind of disappointing from their perspective because, you know, this is the side that went on a run to the quarterfinals in 2014, and for them to be eliminated after 2 games, the polar opposite of being through to the round of 16 after 2 games, in such a difficult group in 2014, that must have really, really hurt to come down from that high to this low. Because this was not 2014 Costa Rica. This was barely better than 2006 Costa Rica from Germany, 2006 that year when they finished with 0 points. The guard's getting old. Brian Ruiz, Kendall Waston, who scored their first goal in this match. Even Michael Urena. Costa Rica just, towards the end of qualifying, they looked like they had slipped in their form. They did not look as good as they were 4 years ago. I saw this coming. I still thought they were going to advance from this group because I gave them the advantage through experience of tournament pedigree. I did not trust Serbia, and lo and behold, my distrust of Serbia turned out to yet again be relevant because for the 3rd time in the 20th century, Serbia gets to a World Cup. And after winning their qualifying group, a lot of potential, a lot of dark horse promise, they don't advance. So I was leaning towards Serbia, but then I switched to Costa Rica, and it ended up being Switzerland. So Switzerland did not flop at this tournament at all. And Switzerland, I like the way Switzerland looks this year. Very impressed with them in their game against Brazil, the first match of Group E. Very impressed with them against Serbia, the way that they came from behind to win. Xherdan Shaqiri having the absolute performance of a lifetime in that match. One of the best individual performances of the group stage, in my opinion, was Shaqiri in the last 20 or so minutes against Serbia. I think Switzerland can go far. And if you look at the bracket, the side they're in, they have a very viable, very beautiful potential path to the semifinals because one of Switzerland, Sweden, Colombia, or England is guaranteed to go to the semifinals. And Switzerland on their best day look like world beaters. I think they do. They could have beaten Brazil. They could have gotten 9 points from this game. They really could have gotten 9 points from this group. In this match, they came up against a Costa Rica team that did not want to end with nothing. So I understand why they dropped points here. They were leading until the penalty in stoppage time that went off. Unfortunately, the goalkeeper Jan Sommer counts as an own goal apparently. But they were on track to getting 7 points. And at some point in the live standings on the final match day, Switzerland were actually in first place in this group. But I think Switzerland, they can beat Sweden. I think they're a better team individually than Sweden. And then they can beat the winner of Colombia, England. I think Switzerland has a really true dark horse type of path to the semis here. And I kind of hope they get there because I've been really impressed with what I've seen from the Swiss. Serbia, they get a pass because they were devastated by the Swiss on the second match day. And when you enter your final group game against Brazil and you only have 3 points, are you really going to hold it against a team that they lose to Brazil? No. And they had a couple of really good opportunities against Brazil. I thought they played Brazil as equals for the first 45 minutes of this match. Mitrovic had a couple of clear-cut chances. One of his headers, he could have timed it better, but it went straight to the goalkeeper, Alisson. Serbia could have taken the lead in this game. They could have actually gotten a result in this match. The way they played Brazil, I just thought that their center-back problem, it came back to bite them in the end. We knew entering this tournament, Serbia had an issue with their defense, and that was their weak point. I think that was going to be their undoing, and it was their undoing, unfortunately. But they went out of this tournament playing really decent football. But, you know, they're always going to wonder what if they could have gotten a result against Switzerland. They took the lead against Switzerland, then Switzerland came back to win 2-1. You know, so that was really the sucker punch that broke Serbia's chances of advancing, entering the final game against Brazil, most likely needing a win. And then from Brazil's perspective, they're not playing very pretty, but they're playing effectively, and they've been getting better with each game. All three of Brazil's group games against Switzerland, Costa Rica, and Serbia, I've noticed that they've gotten better with each passing game. Switzerland, they kind of struggled, especially when Switzerland equalized with them last week. Switzerland actually could have went on to win that game because Brazil were very sloppy. Brazil also having some issues with Marcelo and his injuries, his back spasms. Neymar doesn't seem 100% fit. Maybe he's like 80, 90%, but he doesn't seem fully there. Gabriel Jesus, I'm really disappointed he hasn't got on the score sheet yet, but Coutinho has, Paulinho has. That really shows you the different amount of goal-scoring options that Brazil has. This is my dog barking. But Brazil has been getting better with each passing game. They brushed aside a Costa Rican team all the way until stoppage time. And then in this match against Serbia, again, they haven't been playing to their form in qualifying under Tite, but this has the look of a team that has gradually been growing as the tournament goes along. And I still think they look like world championship material. Again, even when Neymar is not fit, even when Marcelo is not fit, these guys still find ways to win games. They still find ways to score. And they've only conceded one goal. They've conceded one goal in what is a pretty difficult group. I wouldn't call it the group of death, no. But Serbia, Switzerland, and Costa Rica are not opposition that Brazil should be walking over. And they didn't walk over, but they only conceded one goal. And then they went on to defeat Costa Rica and Serbia 2-0 each. Look, Brazil is a team that gets results. And under Tite, they've lost only one match in the last 2 years. They've lost only one match in the last 2 years. And I think they've been more tested in their World Cup group than Belgium has. They've been more tested than France has. Germany is out. Argentina is hanging on by a thread. I call Argentina Class C clowns. They were Class D, which is the lowest of the low, but they advanced past the group stage, so now they're Class C. Classic. They're clowns light. Clowns light. Anyway. So I still think Brazil are going to go on to win this tournament. I think they're only going to get better from here because I think Tite will finally figure out a more steady starting lineup that can adjust to Neymar's fitness levels, that can adjust to Marcelo. And we still have to wait and see whether or not Marcelo will be fit in time for the match against Mexico, but they should beat Mexico. They should. That's all I really have to say.